Wakey, wakey! It's breakfast time and we're having banana bread. So, the ingredients are 2 large bananas and 3 large eggs. The bananas are very ripe. It's best to use overripe bananas. Don't mind the green colors of these ones, they are actually very ripe. The eggs are broken and turned into a blender with the 2 peeled bananas. We're going to blend it into a very smooth paste. Sometimes when I want to fill the banana lumps in my cake, I use a fork to crush the bananas instead of blending it. But for this cake this morning, we want it to be pretty fast, so we're going to use a blender to blend up the bananas along with the eggs into a very smooth paste. So we have half a cup of sugar, 1 nutmeg, and some butter, baking fat. The nutmeg is not going to be used in full. We use just half of the nutmeg, grated into a clean plate. Okay, so we turn this right into the bowl where the sugar has already been put already. Okay, so now the next thing is to also add the butter. Half a cup of butter is sufficient for this use. Okay, so we put it in and we're going to mix it thoroughly until we get a very creamy taste. Very creamy paste, I mean to say. So let's mix it together. Let's stir it until it becomes very, 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 very creamy. Trust me, this is a very delicious breakfast and very fast to make. As you can see, it's creamy already. Okay, so before we go ahead to turn the bananas and eggs inside this, we have to sieve our flour. Okay, so we're going to have to sieve 2 cups of flour. Passing it through our strainer, our fine mesh. I always like to do this to disperse the flour so that we don't have lumps. We make sure that the flour is very loose. Okay, so now we're going to turn the bananas and eggs into the butter and sugar already mixed, and then we're going to stir it until we get a fairly even mixture. Okay, you know the bananas and the eggs are not really fat soluble, so they're not going to dissolve in the fat and sugar. So that's why I said we have to stir it until we get a fairly smooth and even mixture. Okay, so stir it as much as you can. So then we measure up our cups of flour. This is the first cup straight into the mix, and the second cup right into the mixture. Yes, we're not done yet. We're going to add our rising agent, which is baking powder. Okay, so we're going to use 3 level teaspoonful of baking powder. We're adding it into the mixture just right before we start to stir again. So we stir it as usual. We do a lot of stirring. Okay, we stir it until we get an even mix. Yeah, this is looking really good. So we're turning it right into our baking pan, which is already oiled. It is greased with the baking fat, as you can see. Turn it in carefully, and Our oven is already preheated for about 5 minutes, and we're going to put this straight into the oven and allow it to bake for 5 minutes. Our cake is ready. You can see the bread is dry. Testing it with a knife, the bread is already dry. So we're going to turn this over to see how well our cake or banana bread has turned out. This is a pretty quick breakfast. Wow, our bread has turned out so nicely, perfectly shaped. Sending out love to my fans. Please subscribe to my channel.